Hello everyone, I'm Alicia. Welcome to my Beautiful Nights channel. For this tutorial, I'm going to show you guys how to make this gorgeous asymmetrical necklace. Now I am using materials from the Czech Beads exclusive box. This is February's box. This video is late, but I can't help it. I've had so much stuff going on and I'm sick right now, but I figured better late than never. And when I went back and I looked through all of these beads, they're just so gorgeous. I had to make something with them. And so I sat down and I actually designed this in one night. And then right after I did this, I did another necklace. And I just filmed a tutorial on that one. So anyways, it has turned out so beautiful. I am not really an asymmetrical designer person. I'm always very symmetrical, and I've always had a hard time with asymmetry, and so I wanted to do something like this, and I envisioned it in my mind. Mostly this part down here, how I wanted this to be. I wanted one side to be lower with the gorgeous beads and one side to be higher, and so I have more beads over here, so this falls farther down than this side, so that's why, you know, all the heavier beads are on that side, so it sits just right. Anyways, I can't wait to show you guys how to make this. Now I do want to show you my leftovers. I always like to show you my leftovers. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 bags left over, but I am using beads from these two bags. Only reason why I didn't use these two, this one does not have a hole, and these two here were defective. One was chipped and one was just a little deformed. So I'm pretty much using, you know, more. Anyways, I could have used these. I could have used those if I wanted to. I could have used these, those. I could have used that one and those, and really these would be my leftovers. And that's what I was aiming for. I was going to have 4 leftovers. But my necklace got pretty long, and I was kind of wanting a 3rd row, and then like, no, I probably shouldn't do it. It'd be too much, so I didn't. Anyways, let's get into this. I can't wait to show you some of the details in this. Alrighty. So this necklace is long. I'm not totally exactly sure the length. It could be anywhere from like 28 to maybe 30 inches. I would have to measure it again, but just let you know, it is on the long side, but you could totally play around with the length, because this here is what adds the length. If you were to stop here, it would be a lot shorter, but I wanted this to be long so that all of the detail was shown on the sides. So it's totally up to you. You can adjust it to any length you want. And I put the larger daggers down here and the smaller teardrops. I did the larger teardrops up here, and I did the hearts down here. And this part right here I have to show you, and I know when I pick it up it's going to be all floppy. Look at this. It's so pretty. So see this flower right here? I wanted to use this flower so bad, and it has a center hole, right? So I'm like, you know, I've made buttons in the past with these. You just put a head pin through, do a wire wrap loop on the back, and so that's what I envisioned. And then I thought, what if I can get a second wire wrap loop, make it like a spirally spring type thing, so that it's a slider, and it worked. The first time I tried it, it didn't work, and then I tried again and it worked. So here it is. I'm going to show you how to do this, because if you have these in your stash, these come in all different sizes. I have one here that I got in my stash. This is actually bigger. You can use these as sliders, and I did 2 rows here, but you could probably do 3. Yeah, I think so. So I'll show you how to do that. But I'll go over my layout. So like I said, you could do this any length you want. My back here, I didn't start with the back at all. This here was my main design, and then after I got this up, I realized that it would look really good if I did it longer, because this here, if you have this shorter, this is hidden behind your neck. You don't see it as much, so it's kind of more like this, right? You get to see this part here. So I wanted this to be longer so we could see all of the beauty. Anyways, my pattern back here, and I didn't work off this. What did I do? Oh, I had a really long, another subscription box. I get these bead stringing wires, and so I just took the whole wire. It's maybe, I don't know, 4 feet, guessing maybe 3 feet, maybe 4 feet. Anyways, it don't really matter. Anyways, I just took the wire, right, and I started stringing my beads. So my pattern back here, oh, what am I using for my stash? Only things I'm using for my stash is, again, my favorite 11-0 dark bronze Miyuki seed beads as spacers, a head pin, ball head pin, crimp beads, and I'm using those because they're a dark color. And what else? A clasp, lobster claw clasp, and a split ring. Yeah, everything else is from the box. Oh, bead string wire is mine. So it's all basic stuff that's mine. Anyways, back here, my pattern is an 11-0 seed bead, the green pinch bead, 11-0 seed bead, 3 4mm Czech fire polish beads, okay? This pattern, and I repeated this. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times, okay? And then I first designed this section here, and I needed it to be longer, so I had to add this in order for my design to work, because this was too short and this was way too long. So I did take beads from this side and put them in this side. Alright, so this is what I took, was this pattern right here, the Orion bead, flower, and melon, and I put them over here because I was really trying to get that length just right. So I have a seed bead in between like all of the beads pretty much, not all, but I use my seed beads as spacers. So I did seed bead, Orion, seed bead, the dichroic flower bead that came in the box, seed bead, melon, seed bead, 2 of the larger teardrops, seed bead, 4mm fire polish bead, flower bead, seed bead inside, 4mm fire polish, seed bead, green pinch, this gorgeous flower bead, green pinch, seed bead, 4mm heart, pinch, seed bead, Orion, seed bead, dragonfly, seed bead, Orion, seed bead, fire polish, heart, pinch, origami bead, seed bead, okay, and fire polish, and then my flower. Okay, so that's that side, and then it stops and it goes into 2 strands. So I'll go to this side now. So for this section here, I just repeated this pattern of a seed bead, Orion, seed bead, flower, seed bead, melon, and then I repeated the pattern 1, 2, 3, wait a second, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, camera's in my face, a little hard to see. Okay, so I did that. And then down here, after the melon, I did want it to match this flower, so I did another 4mm and my flower. Now, I have a second wire in here. It's actually scrap wire that was just in my drawer, but it's the same color gold, and this is getting loose on me, so I gotta pull this tight. Okay, so this is the little one. Yeah, I just have to adjust this. It's loose because it's not crimped yet. So I have a wire going through here. I have a tail on each side. I did not measure the wire, like I said, it was a scrap piece in my drawer from something else I made. Okay, and then down here, let's go over this. So this one here is the longer strand. So this here is this part, this one here, the bottom one, is part of this entire strand. Okay, so then what I did, see this here, is this, is I put this in the bottom and I fed this up to the side just a few inches. So the bottom strand, so you know we would be stringing the longest one first. When you come out of the flower, you are going to pick up, oh boy, I should go to this side. You're going to pick up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seed beads, because the flower overhangs these other beads, so you do want them to come down some. So I did 5 seed beads on each strand, okay, and going to the longer strand, I then did a heart, 2 seed beads, a teardrop, and a dagger, and then I repeated this until I ran out of beads. That's what I did. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. And then when I got over here, I picked up 2 seed beads and I used this flower. So I'll show you how to make this. I slid this on so it sits here, and then I had 1 teardrop left over. There was nothing to do. It was only one. The other one didn't have a hole. It's just one. So I'm like, I should use that as a stopper bead. So, and also, what it does, I have 2 seed beads after this dagger. Okay, I slid on this flower that I made, and then I put this teardrop on, so it's a stopper bead. So this flower can't slide up or down. It sits right there, and then, okay, again, still on the long strand, and then I strung 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 beads. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes. Okay. That's on the long one, and then this one, I'm not sure how many I strung. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, maybe? I don't know. I just wanted it to look nice, so it's getting loose again. I just, you know, I eyeballed it, and I thought that this distance here looked nice. And also, the teardrop is a stopper, but it's also keeping this bead laying more flat when you're wearing it, but I guess the 2 rings are also. Anyways, this is my design so far. Okay, now the second strand, you know, you're going to string this whole piece, the long piece, by itself, and then you're going to string your second strand. And I do have a crimp bead. I forgot to mention that. That is a crimp bead. It looks like a seed bead. I did that on purpose because it's camouflaged. So after you come out of the flower, you want to pick up a crimp bead or crimp tube. And I'm just going to do a crimp bead because I want to flatten it. And when you flatten a crimp bead, the wires are farther apart. And when you crimp a crimp tube, you fold it. So the wires are going to be on top of each other, touching. So the flat crimp bead, it's going to be spread apart. So this is actually going to lay better for me. I hope you know what I'm talking about. Alright, so for the top strand, after I strung up the long one, I then did the top strand, and I have 5 seed beads starting it. I have a pinch at the beginning, and I have a pinch bead at the end, and the reason why is because I needed this to be longer again, and it was the only 2 beads I had left over. So that's why I chose them for that. Okay. And then the rest of my pattern is 2 seed beads, an Orion, 2 seed beads, teardrop, 2 seed beads, Orion, 2 seed beads, a dagger, 2 seed beads, a dagger, and then the pattern starts over again. So this is my pattern. Okay, this is how I started it, right there, and that's also how I end it, okay, with the green bead. But this is the pattern that I repeat right here. This is the large teardrop. I use a small teardrop in the other one. So I repeated this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, because there's 10 of those. Yeah. And then after I repeated 5 times, I did finish off with an Orion, a drop, and an Orion, because I had only, you know, 10 of those daggers. Okay, and then I did my green bead. And then over here, I already counted those, didn't I? It was like 9 or 10 seed beads on that side. Alright, so let's go ahead and finish this. Hopefully that all made sense. That's my design pattern. You could pause throughout this video and copy my pattern. And I will have a nice picture for this. So let's crimp this side first, and we have to loosen this up. Again, I am just going to flatten the crimp. I'm using crimp beads on purpose because the wires spread out. So I'm going to slide this up a little bit just to give me room. And I should probably use these pliers. So see how the wires are side by side, parallel? That's how you want it to be. That crimped weird. It's like at an angle sideways. Where's my little ones? I love these little ones. Look at that. I think it's gonna work, but it's just like, it's like at an angle, squished at an angle. It's really weird. Okay. Yeah, these are probably better the whiter. Okay, now that's a place. I'm gonna slide this down. Slide this down. Slide this down. I want to cut my wire here. This tail off. Oh, and I did make sure to have enough on this end to finish this. So, let's see. If I cut it at the very end here, it can stick out a little bit. So sometimes what I like to do is go like this. And where's my cutters? They have legs. There, and then all of that will be hidden like that. See, you can't see it sticking out. And then slide this down. Okay. Now that was the easiest part, doing the first one. Now I have to get this right. Oh, I forgot how to do the flower. You know what? I will do the flower at the end. I will show you how to do it. It's a really cool little component I made. Okay. This is how it's going to lay. Flip over. You have to get the tension right on this. It's like something twisted here. What's going on? Screwy crimp. It's like it wants me to do it like this. Upside down. Okay, I'm gonna hold this up so these fall. I have to slide this down now so I can expose my crimp. It's hiding under that flower bead. Okay. Man, these wires are twisty. I'm gonna pull this out there so I can untwist this wire. That might help. There we go. Okay, I don't want this to be crazy tight. I need a little bit of moving space so that my daggers don't like flip up on me. So, go like this. And I'm just playing with it, making sure that it's gonna lay right. So once I crimp it, that's it. Okay. I'm gonna bring it up a little bit right here. Squish it. Okay? So look. See that? A little bit of moving space. So that it's not too tight. Yeah, because sometimes these daggers, they will stand up if you don't give them room. Stand straight up and it looks so funny. Alright, that looks good. Just make sure that's really squished down there. These crimps are really thick and hard. Okay, I'm going to feed this wire back through a few inches. I'm going to cut this wire. Slide these beads down. And I'm going to try it on better, see what it's like, and adjust it, see if I need to adjust it. I'm very happy with the long length because I don't have a lot of long necklaces. I usually do them shorter. So this is the front of the necklace. This is going to be on my left side, so I want my clasp to be on the right side. So I'm going to put it right here. I'm going to slide these beads down. And what I love about making a design like this, and I just designed a necklace that has 2 rows with large beads. When you crimp here and here, and like I showed you how I have all of this movement, how they swing, right? When you crimp here and here, these beads here, they don't slide down and push all the weight down on these, so that really does give these a lot of movement so they don't stand up when you're wearing it, so it's very wiggly. Okay, so, man, my throat is bothering me. It's because I'm filming, you know? This wire escaped, so put that back on. Okay, and I got my crimp bead on. I'm just gonna slide my clasp on. I actually don't need a clasp on this necklace because it's so long it slides right over my head. But I could crimp, like if I really wanted to. I could just put these 2 wires together and crimp back here. But I would have to like take out one of the green sides, if that makes sense, so that it lines up. You know what I'm saying? I'd probably do 2 crimps though, 1 on each side. Yeah, heck, maybe I should do that. Oh my gosh. Change of plans. So I realized that I could eliminate the clasp if I do this. So this is what I have strung right now. Okay, down here. I have flower polish on each side. So what I did is I took a seed bead, 2 seed beads and a pinch out of each end. Okay, I'm going to take one of the pinches and I'm going to pick up a crimp, a pinch, and a crimp like this, and I'm going to cross my ends through these 2. And really, I don't need a clasp for this because it's not adjustable. It's so long it goes right over your head. Really, the clasp being used in this is just a waste. So I'm going to finish the necklace like this and crimp these 2 sides. Now I do want to feed my wire through here some, so I will do that. I'll fast forward. Okay, so that's what I have so far. Crimp 1 and 2 is there. I weave this through some over here. I'm now going to do this side. Alright, so I ran, here's my crimp, pinch, crimp. I ran through here, so 1, 2, 3 groupings of the fire polish with the pinches, and same on this side, 1, 2, 3, came out, so like this, just ran through there, and I want to make sure that it's not too stiff, that it's a little bit wiggly, and it is, it's a little bit wiggly, okay, but not too tight. So I just adjusted, you know, measure 5 times, cut once thing, so it's just right. Take your time. And I pull it, then it's like too much. Okay, but really I need the space right here. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna squish it now. I'll use these. And I'm just gonna flatten both sides. And there we go. cut my wires. Get it as close as I can. How awesome! I am so happy that I thought of that. It's really hidden too because it's the same color as my seed beads. It just looks like flat seed beads. That's awesome. And you know what? I had a really hard time finding this clasp. It's like the only one I have left. So, how awesome. It just makes sense, you know? Why use a clasp when it's not really serving a purpose? I'm not going to open it to put it on. I'm going to slide it over my head. That's what I do with all necklaces that are bigger than my head. Alright, so I just wanted to show you. I crimped, right? This is my wiggle room. See? Little bit of movement. Just right. You need this slack so that this stays supple. Right? You don't want this tight. If it's really tight, your beads could actually chip. That has happened. Right? So super soft, supple, and it's strong. I did 2 crimps, right? And look at that. That's how I'm going to store it, in a baggie. Okay, let's do this here. So, you're going to need a head pin. And I don't know how long this is, but it's long. 2 3/4 inches long. If you don't have head pins this long, you can make your own head pins. And all you do is you get wire and you make a fancy end. There's different ways to do it. You can hammer your end. Some people like to do a spiral, then they take this end and they put it through the loop and they pull through with pliers and it makes like a little flowerette type thing. Anyways, what you're going to do is put it on to your flower. And these flowers, these come in all different shapes that are centered, hold, and they're flat, but I have weird shape ones that look like pansies or something in my stash. So go like that, okay? And you're going to want to bend your wire down a little bit, and you're going to make a loop like you're going to do a wire wrap loop, okay? So like this, and see how I kind of have space there? So you want to curl this, okay? And reposition your pliers and curl, or yeah, you know what? I should hold it this direction. So like this, okay? And I think I did like 3 wraps. So like this. And I'm just adjusting it. Okay. And a 3rd time is what I did. Like this. Okay. And see how I got some spaces? So I just went like that. Okay. And see how it's really like there's a gap here? See this jiggly piece? You just want to curl it down. Go like this and make it tight by curling it down against your flower so there's not a lot of room. And now what I'm going to do, looking at it this way, do you see how this wire swoops down? You want to curl this. Did I do 3? I gotta make sure I did 3. I did 3 on the first one and 4 on the second, but I might have trimmed it. Alright, so like this. See how this loop is now, my spirals are now touching the flower? That's how you want it to be. There's still a tiny gap. So I'm going to tilt it this way and roll it. Now, I'm going to curl this wire this way. So I grab the end like this. Okay, and I curl and make more coils. Starts getting crazy. Flatten it. Watch this wire be longer than my other one. Okay, you could trim it if you have to. This wire is longer than my other head pin, isn't it? How weird. Alright, does it matter? I'm probably gonna cut it. So you just want this to sit right next to the other one, side by side. And yeah, I think I'm going to cut that wire. See how it's sticking up? I'd rather it be like this way. Yeah. Okay. So see, it's looking funky, but I'm just gonna bend it into shape. Now I'm gonna put both my. I think I gotta hold it this way. There does seem to be. It's not like the coils aren't like this. They're more kind of like this. Do you see it? My other one was like it a lot. That shape. Okay. And I'm just going to bend it to my liking. Okay, so I just adjust it to my needs. I still have to do more bending, but basically that's how you do it. Okay, and there it is. You just want to touch the back of your flower. So now you could use this as a slider. It's just a figure 8. Okay, like I can still bend it more. There we go. Hold this and bend this down. Okay. So that's pretty much it. That's how you do it. Here's my other one. So cool. Here is my finished necklace. I am so happy with how it turned out. Like I said, I'm not really an asymmetrical person. I want to explore that designing more. I've always been very symmetrical with everything I make, and I guess it's because of my bead weaving. You know, in bead weaving you can't do really asymmetry, you have to be symmetrical. So it's just how my mind works. But I would like to do more asymmetrical pieces in the future because I love how this turned out, and I can't believe I designed this in one night. Usually it takes at least 2 nights to design something like this, but it turned out so beautiful. Anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Remember, I'm going to link the Czech Beads exclusive monthly subscription down there below. Now, this was February's box, so you can't buy this one anymore. But what I also do whenever I do these tutorials is I link the individual materials I used from this box to make this necklace down there below in the description bar, so you can go and buy the pieces to make this necklace. Now sometimes certain colors will be out of stock, but you could probably get it in another color. And this is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching. Please like this video, leave me a comment, subscribe if you want to see more of my videos. Make sure you click the bell button so that you get notified whenever I upload new videos, and follow me on my social media sites. I'm on Pinterest, Instagram, and Twitter. Thanks for watching.